Hello everyone, I'm DragoUp and welcome to the news Alpha 16 for 7 Days to Die. Today we're going to be looking at the patch notes of the Alpha 16 because they came out some time ago and I have yet to actually get into the new stuff that had happened. And since then we've had was it Alpha 16.2. So we need to take a look at this before it gets too late, and hopefully we can get in and get some gameplay done. So without further ado, here we go. This update is the most ambitious update for the Alpha 1 since Alpha 1, and since by far the largest framework changes we have done. And on top of that, it's the biggest content drop we've ever done. In fact, there was 88 pages of release notes that had to be condensed to what you see below. So without further ado, let's get ready to rumble. Alright. Distance location rendering system. We've added a new distance location rendering system which renders low polygon versions of location and Nagazine and random gen worlds over a kilometer away. The system creates models of locations above a certain mass and height. That's cool. So it keeps you from having to like render stuff off in the distance and cause your system to cause probably lag. New locations. We have established many old locations with new loot and some custom painting. Too many to mention without. We've also unlocked a new city in the southeast Nazagane Desert we call Departure. So there we go. It's the largest city so far. We've added over 30 new locations in the game, which there's a big old list to the thing. New enemies spawning and game stages. Sleeper spawning. We've gutted the old static spawn system and added a new sleeper spawning system that embeds trigger volumes into locations which are set up by designers. We've added sleeper volumes and spawn points to every location in the game. Every location has a unique spawning appropriate to locations or area with the FE. A maintenance area will spawn utility workers. I think that means, for example, zombies in an office might spawn businessmen zombies, which is cool. The amount of zombies spawned at a volume is determined by the spawn definition set by the design and the definition set to the game stage.xml, regardless of the number of spawns. So, basically, they added a bunch of sleeper zombies, and depending on where you are depends on what zombies spawn, which is cool. Screamer hordes. We've changed Screamer hordes to use game stages now, so they will use dynamically set to the offending party's game stage. So, wow. So, I don't know exactly what that means, but apparently it's like they're going to be, Screamer hordes are going to come after. Ugh. Game stage improvements. We made many changes to make the challenge the advanced players include. We've added feral and radiated zombies to the upper stage and to increase the long game challenges. 7-day horde stages use a larger pool of zombies, 15 at game stage, 435 plus. Ooh. Zombies killed by player death will be added back to the pool. We've added a new menu and server config game options to the number of zombies set per player on Blood Moon hordes. It's defaulted to 8 but can be set to 4, 8, 12, 16, 32, and 64. So if you want more of a challenge, basically you can increase the number of zombies per zombies per player. So you can have up to 64 zombies per player. Ooh, that's rough. Electricity! We've added a complete functioning electricity system with a wiring tool, power sources, lights, switches, triggers, traps, and more. These items are gated by perks. Loot found only in trader items can be you can buy. They include the wire tool, generation bank, solar bank, battery bank, electrical wire relay, switch, pressure plate, motion sensor, tripwire, electric timer relay, blade trap, electrical fence posts. Oh wow, we can have electrical fences now. Oop, oop. Dart trap, auto turret, shotgun turret, speaker, light, spotlight. I'm gonna go back up and read the ones that are probably most important, which would be the generator bank, solar bank, and battery bank. The generation bank allows you to power your electrical components. It requires at least one small engine, expandable up to 6. The maximum energy output is determined by the number of small engines installed and their quality. The generation bank uses gas for fuel, which can be found in loot and purchased at traders or crafted at chemical stations and campfires. Okay, so basically, it's going to be basically what we think it is. It's just going to be a little generator that we set on the ground. Can have up to 6, it looks like 6 engines in it, and how much energy it produces is going to be based on how many engines you have versus what the quality is. So that's kind of cool. Solar banks. The solar bank allows you to power your electrical components. It requires at least one solar cell, expandable up to 6. The maximum energy output is determined by the number of solar cells installed and their quality. Solar banks produce power during the day when in direct sunlight. Solar banks and cells can be purchased from trader or found in rare loot. So it looks like that's going to be something we're going to have to trade for, which is nice because it keeps people from actually going and getting like electrical power, solar power, like straight off the bat. So you have to basically save up the money and buy the solar bank. So okay, and then another thing that should be important would be the battery bank. The battery bank allows players to power your electric components. It requires at least one battery, expandable up to 6. The maximum energy output is determined by the number of batteries installed and their quality. An externally powered and turned on battery bank will recharge its batteries. If there are no batteries installed, it acts as a relay, pushing power down line. So we have a battery bank that if you have no batteries installed, it acts just like a relay. Which if you read right here, it says the electrical wire relay allows extending your electrical network further with a small cost of power, which is pretty cool. But you can add 6 batteries into it, and then I'm guessing with the battery bank you can actually store your power for later use. So if you have a solar bank and a battery bank, and during the day the solar charges the battery, and then at night the battery is getting used. Hopefully it works that way. Alright, so here we go on to the Random Gen beta version. We've greatly improved Random Gen with many improvements, in addition including POIs, hub generation, terrain generation, biome generation, highways, gravel paths, world previewers, other world generation and biome gens, if I could speak. Ugh. New enemies. Okay, let's look at this. We've added some new zombies and some boss variants to improve game stage challenge. Here they are. Businessman zombie, disturbed tourist, new feral zombie, and radiated zombies. Nice. They reworked the enemy. In Alpha 15, we experimented with the UMA procedural zombies, but they ended up not looking as good as traditional modeled zombies, and they did not perform as well. So we decided to replace the new UMA zombies with traditional designed ones. We've also redone collision and ragdoll to all enemies for better combat and more reliable deaths. The following have been modeled and redesigned by hand from scratch, resulting in scarier hordes and better performance. Which there is a bunch for the hazmat, biker, stripper, utility, Team Z, player footballs, motivated cheerleader, zombie cowboy, zombie farmer, zombie skater punk, hungry fat female zombie, and remove zombies. The minor zombie and the female hazmat zombie have been removed as they did not offer enough variants to earn a permanent job at Team Z. Okay, animals. There's new animals, it looks like. Along with adding new animals and rework some of the old ones, we added a new fur system. All furry animals now utilize our new fur system, which render a fur coat of realistic looking fur on top of the texture. Oh wow, grizzly bears, zombie bears, wolves, dire wolves, zombie vultures, rattlesnakes. We've also redone collision and ragdoll on all the animals for better combat. Replaced pig with wild boars. They attack if provoked. So the cute little piggies are not little cute and don't attack you. Or before they used to not attack you when you chased after them. Now you hit them, they're going to kill you. Good to know, good to know. Paintings. Use a paintbrush and give your base a custom look. Nice, nice. You got the materials, spray guns, everything. Experience, progression, and skill changes. Many improvements and skill changes have done in the skill system for Alpha 16. You can scroll through all levels of a skill or perk and find out what you get from it. You'll get less experience from killing a zombie, but there are a lot more zombies in the world now. In some cases, over 100 in a single POI. Jeez. You'll gain XP from harvesting and farming, and better tools or perks can be increase that. Crafting skills now with 10 viable levels. High levels of crafting perks require a certain player level. Armor crafting skill merged into one skill. If it takes duct tape, leather, or iron, it's armor crafting. Okay, a simple bandana is miscrafting. So instead of having leather crafting and cloth crafting and like steel armor and stuff, they just added all of that together. So that's good. That's good. That keeps things, you know, armor is armor rather than different types of armor, which is awesome. Low crafting skill tier yields great benefits for repair degradation. Picking up some of the basic enables you to repair items effectively. At max skill level, you have trivial repair degradation. So it looks like the higher your repair skill, the less stuff comes off, or less degradation comes off of the weapon or armor or whatever have you. That's good. That's good. Electrical recipes are unlocked with a series of science-based perks. Both the cost and the effect of perks increase at higher tiers, so buying a perk tier will increase you a portion at the cost. Okay. The fixer perk is cheaper and reduces repair degradation by up to 1/3 of all crafting skill. Crafting firearm ammo requires an anvil and workstation, not calipers. Bullet tips and similar materials do not require a perk. So it looks like we're able to make bullets and bullet tips. Huh. Nice. The tutorial quest gives you enough skill points to actually buy a perk, which is good. The bedroll newbie quest is number 1 instead of number 7 in the quest chain. Bad mechanic perk to increase construction, wrench, harvest amount. The ability to page through skill levels to see attributes and requirements for any skill. Science and painting skill categories. Upgrading farmland with fertilizer provides experience. All right, so actually you start, you know, oh, I'm going to fertilize this land, and you actually get experience for it this time rather than just like, oh, you just upgraded the ground. Repairing or unlocking a block now gives XP based on the amount of material used multiplier by their account. Okay. Harvesting a block now gives XP based on the item's material gained. Planting crops gives block material experience. Crafting skill are now buy only. You can gain XP for crafting and repairing. Master weaponsmith and can craft machetes. Nice. See, before in Alpha 15, machetes were something you could find, not buy or make. Now you're actually able to make them, which is good. Because the machetes are a pretty decent weapon. Most perks requirements lowered because players should never have skill points and nothing to buy with them. You can craft, scrap, repair with leather without buying a leather tanning perk. Crafting advanced workstations uses the science skill. The knife guy and the miner 69er perks increase harvest amount of the higher tiers. which, yeah, it was based off of lower stamina usage, so you didn't run out of stamina. But now I guess it increases the harvest amount. Adjust perks, cost to reflect crafting and other skills. So basically, they've done a lot of things in this, like TLDR. They basically have just upped a lot of the things, and looks like they really just reworked the skill system. So that's good. Now the game fully has a full gamepad and controller support, which is awesome. We've got new recipes. Bulletproof glass is tough and can be repaired with completely new block. Several material tiers got expanded into new shapes. Loose board traps, jail door, wedge corners, stair corners, rounded blocks and corners, Molotov cocktails. New items that are lootable, harvestable, or for sale, which was a paint magazine to unlock paint groups for the paintbrush. Said paintbrush. Compound bow, which is more accurate than a wooden bow or crossbow and fires faster than a crossbow. So that's a good thing. I knew the compound bow was one of the rare things, but they actually went ahead and added it. See, so that's awesome. That's awesome. It's a lot more accurate than the wooden crossbow or wooden bow, and fires faster than the crossbow. So that's I guess that's going to be like the high-end silent weapon, which is fantastic. Crossbows or compound bows, perfect. New creative block shapes, which I'm not going to read through that. Block rotation and UV improvements. So you got simple rotations, advanced rotation, on face, lane claim improvements, new health system, new weapons and weapons improvements. There's just a whole bunch of stuff. Let's see. Oh, mini bike improvements. Let's see what they did. They changed with the mini bike. Mini bikes now show an icon on the map and compass for the person who placed the chassis or attached the lock to it to avoid losing into the wild. How mini bike parts are processed decreases processing time from 2 milliseconds to 0.5 milliseconds. Fix for the mini bike vanishes and falling through the world. So that's the main one right there. Fix for mini bike vanishing and falling through the world. I used to remember parking my mini bike and the mini bike just goes, just falls straight through the world. So that's a big one. They added a bunch of new things like broken girder beams in the wasteland are now block shapes instead of just a model. Wow, they just added a bunch of stuff. Just a bunch of stuff. You can harvest plant fibers from grassy terrain blocks, which is cool. Plant fibers can be harvested more effectively or efficiently with a hoe. That's also cool. So overall, they just added a bunch of new, like a whole bunch of new stuff. Whole bunch of new stuff, and it's just TLDR. It's just like they said, it was 88 pages that they added, and it's all into just one page here. I'm gonna leave the page, all this information in the link in the description below. I've already talked on for almost 20 minutes now, so I will. The next time we do something with 7 Days to Die, I'll actually get into the gameplay and actually show you what's new and what's up. And even though I'm an update behind, we'll try to make a new world, because there is the 16.2 that's out as well, which is just basically more changes to the blocks, increasing damages, things of that nature. It's cleaning up a lot of stuff to make it more viable in a server situation. So anyway, hope this information was helpful. If it was, please do me a good favor, give this video a thumbs up, and next time we'll actually get into gameplay. I know this was probably kind of boring for people that don't really like this kind of stuff, but anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, see you later.